Bears come up short in 19-16 loss to Lions, but coach Ben Johnson keeps Super Bowl vision alive. The Chicago Bears closed out their regular season with a 19-16 loss to the Detroit Lions at Soldier Field on Sunday, leaving fans with mixed emotions as the playoffs loom. Despite a sluggish performance through 3 quarters, the Bears rallied late before a game-winning 42-yard field goal by Lions kicker Jake Bates, as time expired sealed the defeat. From the outset, Chicago's offense struggled to find rhythm, managing only 69 total yards and no points through 3 quarters. Detroit built a 16-0 lead behind field goals and a touchdown pass, capitalizing on Chicago's early ineffectiveness. In the fourth quarter, however, Bears rookie quarterback Caleb Williams sparked a spirited comeback. Williams connected on a 25-yard touchdown to Jody Walker before throwing a short score to Colston Loveland, with successful 2-point conversions tying the game at 16-16. Despite the surge, Detroit responded late, engineering a final possession that culminated in Bates' FG, leaving the Bears just short. While disappointing on the scoreboard, the loss didn't derail Chicago's postseason positioning. Thanks to a Philadelphia Eagles loss to the Washington Commanders, the Bears still secured the number 2 seed in the NFC and will open the playoffs at home against the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round.
Ben Johnson torches, Dan Campbell. Bears see Lions matchup as an easy win. The Bears head coach openly ripped Dan Campbell's coaching, calling Detroit's approach sloppy, predictable, and built on emotion instead of intelligence. According to Johnson, the Lions don't outsmart opponents, they simply hope intensity covers bad decisions. That won't work this time. Johnson reportedly believes beating Detroit won't require anything special. No trick plays, no desperation, just discipline, preparation, and patience. 3 things he claims the Lions consistently lack. This wasn't trash talk, it was dismissal. While Dan Campbell pounds his chest and sells grit, Ben Johnson is selling game plans. And Chicago is confident those plans will slice through Detroit's mistakes with ease. Lions fans hear disrespect, Bears fans hear inevitability. Because when a coach calls another system easy to read, it's not about bravado. It's about belief that the opponent is fundamentally flawed. If the Bears win, Campbell's emotional leadership will be questioned louder than ever. If they dominate, this game becomes proof that hype without structure collapses under pressure. Ben Johnson made his stance clear, Chicago isn't worried, they're prepared, and in the NFL, preparation beats passion every time.
We can't dig ourselves in a hole like that. I was disappointed with the offense as a whole. I let those guys know that, and we'll be better for it. We'll address it, we'll get those things cleaned up, and we'll be better for it.
This marks a major milestone. It's Chicago's first home playoff game since the 2018 season and its best seed since the franchise's rebuild under head coach Ben Johnson. After the game, Johnson didn't dwell on the loss. Instead, he stressed that one slow outing doesn't define the Bears, reiterating confidence in their ability to win 4 straight in the postseason and compete for a Super Bowl. His focus remained on refinement and readiness for what lies ahead. Despite the ups and downs of the day, there were individual bright spots. Williams not only led the late rally, but also set a new franchise single-season passing record, surpassing Eric Kramer's 3,838 yards mark from 1995. His late-season performance, particularly rallying from a 16-point deficit, underscores the progress Chicago has made offensively under Johnson's system this season.
The Lions Super Bowl window is finally closing, and Lions fans are not ready to hear this. For 2 seasons, the Detroit Lions were the NFL's bounce-back team. We all know that these guys have been generationally ass, and these last 2 seasons under Ben Johnson have just been incredible. Back-to-back NFC North titles. Their run game was just insane. Fearless head coach. They were actually built different. 27 wins in 2 seasons is very impressive. This fall-off is enormous. I don't even know what to say about this team. Losing both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn hit this team big time. Losing Ben Johnson more specifically was extremely catastrophic for this team. And if you want to know about some interesting stats, with Ben Johnson calling the plays, the Lions went 36-15. Without Ben Johnson calling the plays, this team went 11-21. And we see how big of an impact Ben Johnson really had on this team. Him leaving and going straight to a divisional rival now is competing for the NFC's 1 seed. They got this division locked up, and they already secured a playoff spot. Meanwhile, the Lions are going to go home for the playoffs. They're in Cancun. And without this Ben Johnson calling the plays, this run game is actually horrible.
Now you're talking about playoffs, and that's a reasonable, realistic conversation. Coaching matters, big picture, and the way that Ben Johnson has prepared this team week in and week out for every challenge. They are 6-1 in one-score games. That's evidence of great coaching. And then you see the little things. You see the linebackers like Agbagbamiga and DeMarco Jackson, and you see them step forward and make the kind of plays. They had 14 and 15 tackles respectively. You see the secondary down to backups and coming through with big plays. How much they were missing yesterday, and it didn't matter against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers were without their starting quarterback. That mattered, but the Bears won that game more than the Steelers lost that game. And big picture, because they believed in Ben Johnson's ability to get this team through whatever obstacles are in their way. And that's a good football team right now, sitting at 8-3 in first place of the NFC North.
Jacob Bobenmeyer, the snapper. A.J. Cole, the holder. The kick is blocked. Unbelievable.
Next up, Packers playoffs and a new chapter. Now the focus turns sharply to the playoffs. The Bears will host the Packers on Saturday night in a wild card round, renewing one of the NFL's oldest rivalries. Chicago split the regular season matchups, and early returns suggest another tight contest is on the horizon. For a team that endured early growing pains and questions about consistency, the Bears' late season positioning reflects significant progress. A flat performance against Detroit won't define their season, but how they respond in the playoffs certainly will.